हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आई वेलकम यू ऑल इन माय शो जन मुद्दों की बात धर्मराज के साथ। टुडे आई हैव कम विद द टॉपिक which requires the urgent attention of the people of this country. You would be thinking which matter I am going to talk about. I am going to talk about and share with you the issue which has recently occurred, you can say on last Sunday. On last Sunday, BJP MP Nishikant Dubey leveled certain charges and alleged Mahua Moitra of breach of privilege, contempt of the House, criminal offence under section 120A of IPC and blamed that she has accepted bribe to speak and ask questions against Adani groups on behalf of other businessmen, namely Darshan Hira Nandini. Not only this, BJP MP Nishikant Dubey has also said that Darshan Hira Nandini shares close relationship or maybe a close associate with the TMC MP Mahua Moitra. Mahua Moitra, while responding to this allegation, shared on her earlier Twitter post, she said that degree Dubey that she calls Nishikant Dubey while humiliating him, making fun of him for his allegedly false affidavits submitted during the parliamentary election, Lok Sabha election, that she says that first of all there must be a serious inquiry or fast inquiry against the false affidavit submitted by BJP MP Nishikant Dubey. Now, when this criticism is going on between two MPs, one thing is for sure, that parliamentary proceedings or parliamentary sessions have presented a new culture, a new system, a new practice. This practice is of disturbance. This practice is of denial and opportunity when the members of parliament of opposition parties stand up to speak against policies of the ruling party government. This system has been implemented in such a manner where even at times it feels while watching the parliamentary proceedings as if the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla himself is unable to control and run the parliamentary sessions properly. If you could see that all those opposition members of parliament, whenever they stand up to criticize any bill presented by or brought by the ruling party, BJP party, Modi government, these opposition MPs had to face a lot of disturbance, noises and slogans like Jai Shri Ram and Bharat Mata Ki Jai and so many slogans deliberately with the purpose not to celebrate Jai Shri Ram, not to hail and pay the obeisance and respect to Bharat Mata, but with the purpose to irritate and disturb and see the wasting of the time of the opposition MPs. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, however, has at times been seen responding to ruling party MPs to sit down and let opposition MPs speak, but actually it is not as effective as when he presents his or reprimands the opposition party MPs. Whenever opposition party MPs stand up to speak in support of their own party members, Lok Sabha Speaker immediately intervenes and says and reprimands that sit down, otherwise we will be forced to take action. Not only that he has threatened or he reprimands, Om Birla, I think in the history might become the first Lok Sabha Speaker to have suspended so many members of parliament from the day Indian parliament has come into action. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla can also be one of such Lok Sabha Speaker in whose tenure there have been widest protests in the Parliament House where so many members had to walk out always. If you could see, it is not just about Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla or BJP party or opposition members of Parliament. In fact, it is a matter of the way it is a matter of a system, parliamentary sessions are being run in, and which can be seen on the Lok Sabha TV, on the Raj Sabha TV. For that matter, you can recall the incident when farmers' bill were being presented in the parliament, when it was passed from the Lok Sabha and was sent for the discussion in the Raj Sabha. When the discussion was happening, even in the middle of the discussion, the then Raj Sabha chair Harivansh, who otherwise is an MP sent from JDU quota, Janata Dal U quota, Bihar, he did not let, this is the allegation of the opposition parties, he did not let the proper debate finish. He did not let the full debate on farmers' bill happen, and in a hurry he passed that farmers' bill in the Raj Sabha as well, resultant to which entire farmers, all farmers of Punjab gathered in Delhi, at the border of the Delhi, protested close to 2 years. Hundreds of farmers and youths have to lose their lives, and ultimately Modi ji withdrew that bill by saying that there must have been some lacking in his tapasya, उनकी ही तपस्या में कोई कमी रह गई थी. Now, if let us sincerely interject and think about it, let us sincerely consider about it, that why in the parliament such bills are being passed which are facing thoroughly, consistently mass protest or people's protest. You take for that example any bill, any ordinance or anything passed during the BJP regime. There has not been a single bill or an ordinance or any such rules and regulations which have not brought public ire, where not only the opposition party leaders have protested in the parliament, but people in common have come out on the street. It is a matter of serious concern. Even in the matter of Nishikant Dubey versus Mahua Moitra, this is very surprising to note that if Mahua Moitra is blamed to have asked 50 questions centering upon Adani groups out of 61 questions in total in the entire parliamentary proceedings, then Nishikant Dubey, instead of leveling charges against her, could have said or could have brought the proof, could have brought the list of the businessmen, and he could have presented in the parliament that, look Mahua ji, your allegation is entirely false, your allegation is baseless and it does not hold any truth in it, there is no veracity of truth. But instead of coming up with the names of other businessmen who, whether they have been preferred while distributing democratically the projects of the government or the government projects or not, Nishikant Dubey launched an open attack against Mahua Moitra. It is in this series, you must have also seen on Twitter certain personal photos, Mahua Moitra's photos doing round on Twitter, on X's, where again Mahua Moitra flaunted by saying that I am a Bengali woman and we celebrate our life, we are not afraid to live our life. The problem is not what any MP, any member of parliament does in their personal life, but the problem is when they raise questions, when the member of the parliament of the opposition parties raise questions to the members of the parliaments or the ministers of the ruling parties in the parliament, they must come out openly, they must come out with a question, they must release also as how much of work declared through the manifesto before the election have been implemented, how many promises made to the people have been fulfilled and how many promises remain to be fulfilled. Instead of these discussions of fulfillment of the promises done during election, now entire parliamentary processions have been centered upon only attacking upon each other, where opposition parties, when they will attack, which is the very part of their duty, which is the sole responsibility of the opposition parties, to take the ruling government responsible, to hold the ruling government members of parliament responsible for observing whether promises done to the people are being fulfilled or not. Ruling party members are busy in ensuring that opposition members of parliament asking sharp questions in the parliament are suspended, are dismissed from the entire proceeding. You can remember Aam Aadmi Party Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Singh has been recently not just suspended, but ED raid followed after Sanjay Singh gave a statement in favor of the protection of the journalists in entirety, and how ED raid happened and he was arrested. You can also remember how another member of parliament of Rajya Sabha from the same party, Aam Aadmi Party, Raghav Chadda's membership has been suspended till further orders. It means till uncertain times, against which Raghav Chadda had to move to the Supreme Court for relief, and he has rightly moved to the Supreme Court while simply asking that for how long. This is entirely an undemocratic move. Let us all understand that if this becomes the tradition of the parliamentary sessions, then we all know that one party will be in the government and another party will be out of the government. The problem is that if the opposition parties, the party who is not in the government but they are present in the parliament to speak on behalf of the people, to raise concerns of the people, to question the concerns of the people who will speak. Let us also notice one thing, that every time any member of parliament raises a question directly linked to Adani groups or Adani businesses, that member of parliament comes under serious attack by BJP, entire BJP party and all members of parliament. Now it is a matter of concern. It is matter of inquiry in the past practices. Has there been any prime minister who has not been blamed for allying with the corporate houses in the past? We have the answer that all prime ministers have been blamed to be allying with the corporate houses, with the businessmen, with the rich people, with the rich class. But it has never happened in the past just because any opposition leader or any member of the parliament from the opposition party would raise a question against any prime minister or against any party allying with certain corporate house and serving the interest of a certain particular businessman, so that person will be suspended or dismissed from the parliament. It has never happened before. You must notice, you must remember that many times so many names like Tata, Birla, all these names used to often be part of the slogans of the socialist leaders and other leaders against the Congress leaders. But it never happened. Congress leaders chose to properly respond to their questions, and they used to at least come out with certain details with the proof that how not only their favorite businesses are being favored, rather other businessmen's needs are also created. Not only that, BJP government gets, I think, agitated looking at their moves when any question related to the Adani comes to the floor in the parliament. They cannot even say, they don't even prefer to say that look, our policies are aimed at serving the needs of the common people. Because if you see the manifesto, the promises done, or the manifesto released to the people, promises done to the people before election, nobody talks about those manifesto, nobody talks about those promises. When the opposition leaders are aiming questions at the ministers of the ruling party in any field, they are simply targeted by saying that they have taken bribe from some party. Now the question is whether who takes bribe is easy to blame, but instead of blaming or playing the game of blame game, they could have simply come up with the proof, with the response, that how for every question, certain questions, certain promises have been fulfilled or not. But this has not been happening. Let us see when Raghav Chadda's membership will be restored. We had seen that the day Rahul Gandhi had gone in the parliament to speak, when he stood speaking and he exhibited a photo of Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the businessman, how after a few days he had to lose his membership of the parliament, which was unsurprisingly very much expected as per the discussions in the media. But when the BJP government, it seems, noted that Rahul Gandhi is not ready to back down on his stances of opposing the Adani houses, so they understood that more Rahul Gandhi remains on the street and becomes popular among masses, the more consciousness about corporate houses or the businessmen or the favoring of the business houses only by the BJP government would be discussed among people. Maybe therefore from the Supreme Court a verdict changed and Rahul Gandhi was again given the membership of the parliament. His membership of the parliament was restored, his bangla was re-allotted to him. Let us not forget that if the democratic politics succumbs to the revenge politics, people ultimately are going to, at the end of, losing all democracy, all benefits of democracy. If all leaders are going to do the politics of revenge, then it is sure that today another party is in power, tomorrow the another party will be in power. And if every time opposition leaders will be attacked with their suspension and dismissal of the membership, it will surely be not democratic country but a kind of monarchical country. And we are a democratic country. We must oppose all such practices, all such system where such systems begin to take a root in the democratic temple of the country, our parliament, Indian parliament. With this, I say goodbye to you. I will meet with you with my next discussion. And with this, if you like my discussion, please subscribe, like, share my channel. We'll meet again. Thank you. Goodbye.